So what we're looking at really is the north and the south alignments, and this north alignment is the one I say is with the Big Dipper. But what is the south scan? On every Earth rotation, it's a scanned field of a ring of stars around the Earth, viewed with alignments. So there's the pyramid in Africa. We are measuring celestial pole with one, and it's the southern shaft that scans around the Earth every 24 hours. You won't believe what pyramids it scans. Here's a graphic. It's scanning an area that is below the Milky Way when Ursa Major was aligning with the pole star. So that's a whole different set of stars. Sirius is there, Orion is there, Taurus is there, the Pleiades especially align with the star shaft in one rotation every day of the year. Now, the question is my theory correct? Is this the 50 pyramid layout plan in Egypt, matching the star shafts? 1/3 of it is shown here from Sirius to the Pleiades, and that's 1/4, and this is the other 3/4 scan as you go past the Pleiades through Andromeda, Pegasus, Altair, Achernar, Canopus, and then back to Sirius. It is all there. All the pyramids match that layout. It's a 360-degree layout from Sirius, Giza pyramids as Orion. The Sun Temple is the X marks the spot right in the middle of the pyramid field.
If the pyramids represent stars, alongside the River Nile, representing the Milky Way, then could this star shaft alignment be revealing which stars are chosen for their counterpart pyramids? It most certainly could, and here are the alignments. Would we find the X that marks the spot correlation, the star of the gods? At Abu Sir, we have a possible correlation. It was once a cluster of 7 pyramids that Herschel believes looked like this. In a far greener Egypt, after a great cataclysm. Pyramids built to correlate with the Pleiades, and one special sun star. The site was also situated closest to the first city of Egypt, called Memphis. Today, there might still be the remains of 2 pyramid foundations, lying under sand.
Now let's continue checking and testing the remaining 3/4 scan of correlations south of Abu Sir. The correlation matches are an absolute match. Looking at the complex Andromeda constellation, as outlined here in astronomy, size correlations again are a match. Two of the largest stars correlate with 2 of the largest pyramids. Memphis, its first city, would obviously be built next to its most sacred monuments. Here is where we prove the X marks the spot correlation. At the epicenter of the pyramid field, we have the giant gold-capped Sun Temple obelisk near Abu Sir. The obelisk that correlates with a very specific sun star.
Up until now, we have believed the Sphinx of Egypt was the ultimate monument with the pyramids. But for something else. The real ultimate monument was the only gold-capped structure on record. It had a celestial ship landing platform. However, what has been missed is what the winged disk of the gods really looked like.
Let's begin, firstly with a simplified version of the Egyptian Genesis Papyrus. The down-pointing triangulation of 3 sun stars next to the Pleiades was seen as the womb of the star goddess Nut. Legend claims the earth was also personified, like Nut, but as a green god, called Geb. His male anatomy, on the horizon shares the stars of Orion's belt, as he fertilizes Nut. This is where Nut births the sacred sun star, Sol 1 Primary. The Holy Grail legend, you will soon see, is based on this history where the chalice represents the celestial womb of 3 suns, and the blade, or stem, represents the male anatomy of Orion's belt, in celestial union.
It is from this special birthed sun that our ancestors set out in their celestial ship. Traveling down what looked like a beam of light, their craft landed on a raised platform, safe from lions in the area. Now let's piece together the components of the real papyrus record in tune with the narrative sequence. Nut is personified as the cosmos full of stars. Her fingers and toes touch the earth, from horizon to horizon. From her womb the utterance identifies a sun star, where 3 vertical stars in a row of Jeb align and establish all life from this sun star. The leg of the bull, the place of the gods, touches her toes to narrate the story of the gods landing on the flat back of the Sphinx. It is the Sphinx of Giza, because it has the dream stellar crown above its head, and the waldak headdress of the Osiris statue that was in front of it.
The celestial ship, radiating multicolored light, landed on the Sphinx landing platform. The image next to it now explains the celestial ship, with a double wormhole, as it flies with its own terra firma line, sketched in above the ground. Behold, the real Jed Ankhshiraf papyrus, from the Cairo Museum. This interpretation of ancient records might sound far-fetched, if it was not backed up by other ancient records. The thing is, the landing on the Sphinx has multiple records. The Sphinx was so sacred in the human Genesis legend, the ancient Egyptians wanted to show both sides, in one image but had great difficulty in doing so.
Here is how the ancients came to agree how the Sphinx should be on record. A double Sphinx was the solution. No wonder Egyptologists became skeptics. There are many king tomb records of Zep Tepi, as they show the ship landing and going inside the Sphinx. Some show a cross-section through the flying disc as well, and how the cosmic serpent conduit is what it traveled on and through. Some records celebrated the ship radiating light, with a bright feathered banner on a pole, to carry in processions. It was not an actual fan to call a king at all. It was placed impaled on models of the Sphinx, that also had a chamber of knowledge shown beneath it. Here is a close-up analysis of the ceremonial banner. It has Horus as its occupant, with his sun star as a crown. The Sphinx has a flat back, and what looks like a door filled in with concrete, that is on record as possibly the oldest concrete record on Earth. Let's recreate Egypt's first time when the Sphinx was built.
The entire area of over 40 feet of valuable limestone no doubt became the source of blocks needed to build the pyramids of Giza. In its earliest epoch, it was functional, as a raised celestial ship landing platform, out of reach of roaming lion. It had a door to the legendary underground Hall of Records. But the green rainy period would end after the effect of the Earth cataclysm we are about to explore. The spreading deserts soon encroached the Nile. Soon, the visits by the advanced ancestors ended.
Khufu the reigning king wanted the damaged Sphinx to have his face. Then more drought cycles would follow, and the pyramids became nothing more than a source of blocks for temple building. One day, Tutmosis, while sleeping under the hollow Sphinx head, heard a voice. The voice was most likely the star visitors, worried the weight of the wet sand would cause the Hall of Records to collapse. The star visitors possibly removed sacred objects and left. The terrible cyclic droughts returned, the sand burying all the sacred sites beyond management. The Sphinx saw the end of a great empire. Thousands of years followed until we see it as it is today.
In 2005, authors Wayne Herschel and Birgit Lederer explored the Senmit tomb. Inside, hidden in plain sight, is the definitive sealing record of the gods founding Egypt. Horace Soker as Orion Man shows the way to the leg of the bull star cluster, which then shows the way to the tiny sun star in the night sky. Goddess Circuit stretches a cord representing the wormhole conduit to our solar system, and seen once again with a scorpion. Wayne suddenly realized Scorpio might be the view of where our local sun is seen when viewed from the Pleiades. It is true. We need one more clue to decode all the secret symbols here. The UK's CERN Abbas giant in Dorset is Orion Man. But unlike the encoded secret rod, or his belt showing the way, it is his male anatomy.
Now the mural comes full circle. A line joins the phallus symbol with Orion Man. The mystery is decoded. The dot and circle symbol origin is revealed. The sun symbol denotes any sun with a planet, either alien or not. Wayne Herschel has decoded many ancient symbols for suns, but never ever, not for one moment, did he realize he would include this star map connection with the origins of Christmas itself. The conical beam of light from the sun star that we are about to see repeat in multiple cases might be one of the lost teachings of the Christ, actually celebrating human origins from a star that is also his star. The conical beam of light from our origin star, Wayne believes, is the Christmas tree tradition, celebrating our human origins from a sun-star system. Long before the Christ celebrated December the 25th, the ancient Romans celebrated this unconquered sun on this day, called Sol Invictus. With the earlier Sumerian clay tablets' precise version of the cosmic human origin star map, and how it matched the template at Stonehenge, would come the mindset that had Herschel set out to search the Atlantic Ocean seabed. It would be this clue that would culminate in this documentary's biggest revelation.
I've published a book, Herschel's Atlantis, and there's a 2-hour documentary you'll see at the end of the video. These are my 3 books. I'm trying to promote Saving Forests, $19 for all 3, 1 delivery. Please consider becoming a flame keeper in the here and now, or when you are gone, or as an activist. Please press pause and come back to this and you'll see the detail. But as a flame keeper, you become part of the quest to secure the interpretational copyright and visibility of the hidden records. That is the difference.